This is the fifth and final technology that I am sharing through Module 15, our 5 New Technologies assignment. This is Quizlet, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with this and probably use this in your own classrooms. I have only recently started to use this, and I am hoping that over the next couple weeks before we leave for the winter break, that my students will help me utilize this tool as well. One of the reasons I like it, of course, is that it's free, and it's something that allows us to just do a quick check for information. Another thing I appreciate about this is that students can access at any time with an app. And so if they're stuck sitting in a doctor's office or stuck somewhere kind of waiting, if they've got some downtime, almost all of our students have access to the internet through their cell phones. Many of them don't through either a laptop or desktop. But this is something that will allow them to just do a quick refresh or just take a look at maybe some vocabulary, just if they've got a few minutes, a few minutes of spare time on their hands. I have encouraged all of my students to go ahead and create an account for this. I have created an account as well, and that is probably the easiest way, I think, that allows all of us to go ahead and participate in the creation of Quizlet study sets. It allows me to create a class situation that I can invite the students into. It allows them to access folders as well. So I have not created any study sets yet. Again, I am hoping that these last 2 weeks before break, the students can help me work on creating some study sets for each of the different content areas we've been working on, so that over the break, they can utilize some of those as well. I appreciate that this is one that has so much information. You can create a study set for just about anything. There are already several that are easy to access that have been created. As you can see, there's 500 sets just of GED math flashcards. There is access to diagrams, access to classes. It's really a good resource, I think, for our students who may just need a quick little refresher. It also allows us, though, to help our own students apply what they know to create something for their fellow classmates to use or other members of Quizlet. It is great for vocabulary reinforcement, quick checks for understanding, gives students quick practice. I'm hoping to use it as a collaborative tool with the students so that they can help each other to develop and share what they may have learned. We have several students who have taken the practice test in each of the content areas for the GED, as well as have taken, once they've taken one of the content area tests and passed, I always encourage them to share with their fellow classmates, what was it that really stood out to you on the test? Were there certain questions that you felt really stuck in your mind, that you felt like we hadn't gotten much practice on, that you really struggled with? Then I encourage them to try to either recreate the question or to find some way to create a question that was similar to that they can share with their classmates. And that's what I'm hoping we can kind of do and use Quizlet for. So again, this is something that gives the students multiple different options that they can explore. They can request to join certain classes. Like I said, I'm hoping that we can utilize this as a collaborative tool. That's what I'd like to work on the next couple of weeks. The ISTE standards that I believe this applies to would be for students, and that is standard 7C. Students contribute constructively to project teams, assuming various roles and responsibilities to work effectively toward a common goal. And again, as I shared earlier, I would really like to have this be a collaborative effort. I'm hoping we can focus on that here in the next couple weeks and maybe design some study sets that the students could utilize over the break that were designed by them as well as myself collaboratively. The second standard I believe that this applies to would be 6A for educators. Educators foster a culture where students take ownership of their learning goals and outcomes in both independent and group settings. And again, this goes back to where I'm going to try to encourage our students to work together to develop some of these study sets for one another. And then, of course, I will be there to assist them with that as well.